Alright guys, so we're going to install a new set of brake and clutch levers on my V-Strom today. It's cold outside. I was expecting it to be a little warmer, but it's warm enough. So, just so you guys can see. I don't know if you can see that, maybe. Let's do this. Exposed for out there. Here you go. It's cold. Dark in here. Come back to me. Alright. So, yeah, it's still cold outside. But we're going to put these levers on. So I got these from well, you can get them from Amazon or eBay. There's a link down below if you want to take a look at them. We're going to put them on the bike. Now my bike is a little different than some, especially on the clutch side. Brake side is pretty standard everywhere. But I have a hydraulic clutch, so I don't have a clutch cable. So it makes it a little easier for me. But we're going to show you the parts that we need, and off we go. So this is nice and simple. We basically just have the clutch and brake levers right here. So I got the long ones, blue, nice and fancy. And we have a screwdriver, and we're going to need, for mine, a Phillips and a flathead and a number 10 wrench. And the only reason that I need the Phillips is if you look up here, I have hand guards, and because I have the hand guards on, they do require that Phillips to take it off. So that's that. Oh yeah, and I have some lithium grease that we'll use to grease up the pins when we put everything back together again. Okay, so since I'm doing this all by myself and one-handed, when I hold the camera, I'm going to just kind of show you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to end up doing it. So I'm going to take out that screw right there, and then if you go to the very bottom underneath, I don't know if you can see it, there is a number 10 bolt in there, so we're going to pull that off. So we should be able to get both the hand guard out and the lever. So nice and simple. Okay, if you're like me and you have a hand guard, you have to take the bolt off the bottom and really kind of pull the guard up to get it up over, I'll show you guys here, this bolt right here. So that bolt that's on here, which is not usually there, but it is because of the hand guards, that's not a 10 anymore, so I had to go find myself a 12. So it's a 12 wrench that fits on there to get that off. Alright, so we need a 12 to get that off, and then this piece should slide right out. Alright, so this piece right here. Alright, hold on. Alright, so there they are. There's the pieces out. Sometimes, just so you know, this pin right here, that'll come out, and if it does, this is, you just put it right back in there. It's for the hydraulics. We're just going to clean all this up a little bit, put some grease on it, and then put the new one back on. And basically, just do it in reverse, everything we did. Again, one hand, so I'm going to do that and then get back to you guys. Okay, so one of the things you guys have to be aware of, because mine's a hydraulic one, this piece here is where most bikes would have their clutch cable come through. I don't have a clutch cable, so I have to pull this piece out of the old one, and you'll see that I'm going to have to put it in there in the new one, and then it has a little hole right there, and that's where you line up so that you can get it to line up with that pin that's coming out. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully it all goes in as planned. Okay, so these look fantastic, and like I said, oops, there's my finger. Because they're adjustable, I can get them out further or get them in closer, right? Depending on what I want. Everything seems to be sliding really nice, which is good. So I use my lithium grease, and these are all tightened up. And all I gotta do now is put the hand guard on here, and I'm gonna work around on the other one. Okay, so before I go to the actual brake side, here's the clutch side, all done. Looks good. I got it adjusted the way I wanted it, so nice and smooth coming in. It's all greased up. Just so you know, I didn't really show you guys at first, but down here, I don't know if you guys can see that up there. When we put it in here, hopefully you guys can see that. There's a screw here, or a bolt, sorry, a nut that I took out, and then when you take that off, there's another one inside the handguard. So when you're unscrewing the handguard, be aware that there's one there, because if not, it just falls on the floor. Alright guys, so for me, I said I needed a flathead, but I didn't, because this is what's, so I just need the Phillips, I believe it is, that's doing that. But for most of them out there, flathead, but just get yourself a multi-purpose and you're good. Alright, I'm going to do the brake. So I just wanted to show you why I was replacing my levers. And you can see that the previous owner that had these decided that either he had bailed out or that he just didn't want long ones, so he physically just cut them. This is a sharp, which I don't like. And again, when I'm wearing gloves, you can see when my hands here, it's the wrong hand, but it's hard to, you know, it's just not enough. So these are being replaced. I've already got the guard off, and I'm not going to show you too much about this one because it's the same as the other one, except it's the brake. So I'm going to get all this out, and then we'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Alright, so the brake handle, even easier to do because it really only has the one pin and no peg that you have to line up or anything like that. So you pull the pin, pop it in, reseal it, give it some cleaning, give it some greasing, and there it is, nice. That one's in. And of course, the nice clutch over there. Now again, if you do not have a hydraulic and you're running a cable clutch, then you may have to do some adjustments just to be able to get your cable out far enough to get it out of the clutch. But other than that, should be the same process. Alright guys, so these are like $20–$25 levers that I picked up off of online, so you can get them on Amazon and eBay. I do have an Amazon link down below that you can get. Mine are blue, but they come in all kinds of colors, as well as you can get them in these long or a short. Alright guys, and I think that blue matches my bike pretty good. Not too bad, right? So, that's alright. Alright guys, so there you go. We'll talk to you later.